Hi there, I'm Avie Herman of Fashionably from Babywearing, and today I'm going to show you how to use a ring sling. I received this gorgeous ring sling from West Coast Sewing Co., a new Canadian company. What I love about these ring slings is that one side is gorgeous, soft, printed cotton, and the other side is 100% linen. So it's super soft, super supportive, and super thin, and they're absolutely gorgeous. I love these prints. And I love the color of these rose gold ring slings. So the first thing that you do whenever you put on a ring sling is you have to thread it. Now you don't actually have to do this every single time you put on your ring sling. If it's already threaded, you can just leave it and store it as is, and that's one less step to deal with. So you thread it by taking the rings in one hand, taking the end of the sling in the other hand, holding your arms apart, and folding it up like an accordion on one side. Bring it together and just pop that through both rings. So now you have it popped through both rings here, and now we're going to size it. So make sure that your rings are on your shoulder, that you're going to be wearing the carrier on, and you want to have this end piece hanging on the outside. Bring the rings to your shoulder and make sure it can go just around your waist. So mine is a little short, so I'm just gonna grab some more fabric, get my arm in there, and make sure it can go around a little bit, like so. So now we know that it's the right size, we're going to finish threading it. So make sure that nothing is twisted. Sorry about that. Make sure that nothing is twisted. And now you're going to take the end in one hand, open up the two rings, and put the end back over the close ring and through the second ring. And just pull all the fabric through. So on this ring sling, since it's double-sided, you should see all of one side of the fabric on the top of the rings and all one side on the bottom, all the other side on the bottom. You don't see that because it isn't fully spread nicely through the rings. So we are going to take a little finger walk through here and spread the fabric out a little bit so that it's evenly distributed and you can see the entire fabric and it's bunched up nicely and spread out. Now we're going to put it on. So pick the shoulder that you want to wear it on. The shoulder that the rings go on is the opposite side of your body that the baby is going to sit on if you're doing a hip carry. Otherwise, the baby is just going to be in your center, and you choose whichever shoulder you want with the rings and whichever shoulder you want free. So I'm going to put it on my left shoulder so that baby's in my center, or it can go onto my right hip. So I take it in my left hand, and I have the tail towards the left because it's going on my left shoulder. I take my right hand and I go through, bring it over my head, and now make sure nothing's twisted. And now the ring is on my shoulder and the pouch for the baby is on my front and my right side. Second. And the tail or end piece is hanging on the left side. So now you want to make sure that this pocket for the baby is sort of evenly adjusted and that there's enough room for the baby. You want about 6 to 8 inches. So my middle portion has a little bit more slack than my edges, and my edges are a little tight. So I'm going to find the top and pull a little bit more slack, and the bottom and pull a little bit more slack, and there you go. So now I'm going to get my baby, finally put her out of her misery. There she is. So you put your baby on the opposite shoulder from where the rings are. You make sure that your rings are nice and high on your shoulder. If you poke your finger through, you should be poking your armpit. Take your opposite arm that's closest to the rings and go under and just help baby's legs through. And now before you spread the fabric over baby's back, just sit baby nicely into the sling. So you want to get it in the crook of her knees so that she's sitting in that nice M-shaped position. The sling is coming right here across where her knees are. Now, if your rings have fallen out of the right place, this is the time when you can bring them back up to where they're supposed to be. Now find the top edge of fabric. And pull it up, over, baby's back, and I've lost our seat. So I'm gonna go under her leg on the right side, bounce a little and bring it up between us and towards the rings, towards her other knee. And now all the slack is over here. So I'm just gonna pull that slack out right now. The bottom of your sling corresponds to the outer edge of fabric at the end. You can take a moment to bounce your baby if she's a little bit unhappy. And then you can pull the rest of the slack out. So bring the slack towards your rings. Now it's all gathered here, and just pull it through the rings. If there's any slack towards the middle, you can find it, pull it through the rings. And there you go. She's in, she's happy, it's properly tightened, and you can spread it out across your back a little bit, and your hands are free. To take baby out, you don't need to adjust anything at all. You just get it off your shoulder to make a little bit more space, and pop baby out, and pull the fabric down. Don't drop your baby. And that's all there is to it. You can take it off and store it like this, so that next time you don't need to adjust. She wanted to be in. So next time you don't need to adjust quite so much, since it's already perfectly adjusted for you and your baby. Thank you so much for watching.